My name is Caitlin Melia with the Georgia Beef Board, and today we're in the Macon office of the Georgia Cattlemen's Association here in the beautiful culinary kitchen. In celebration of Beef Month, we've decided to put together some recipes for you that are going to be really easy for you to do in your homes. And today we're going to be using the flat iron steak. It's a very simple steak and it's incredibly tender. It's actually the second most tender cut of beef that there is. You can do a lot of things with this cut. You can throw it on the grill, cook it on the stove, and today we're going to be using it on a George Forman. We have some asparagus we're going to be doing on the stove to get some green in our diet today. So we've got some butter melting, and we're going to go ahead and put our fresh asparagus in there. Asparagus makes a great side with steak. All right, we're just going to season this with a little bit of salt and pepper. Make sure it all gets coated. And we're just going to place the lid on top and let it do its thing, and we're going to start on our steak. So we have our flat iron steak here, and we're going to do this in 3 servings. So we're going to cut it up. It's such a beautiful steak. All right, the seasoning we're going to be using today is this pecan rub. It is very incredibly delicious, and it's great with this cut. And we're going to coat each side of the steak with it. We want to coat both sides because it'll give a nice flavor all the way around. And you can kind of rub the seasoning in. And we're going to flip the steak over and we're going to do the second side. Now after we rub this in, we're going to want to let it sit just for a few minutes, and it'd be a perfect amount of time for us to be able to cook up our George Foreman and get that heating up. Alright, so our asparagus is on the stove and it's been going for a little while, and we've got our steak seasoned, so now it's time to put on the George Foreman. We've had it heating up for a little while, so it should be good to go. And we're going to stick our steaks on there. You already hear a good sizzle. And we're just going to close that up. Now because it's being able to cook both sides at once, it's going to cook really quick. It's only going to need just a few minutes. And we want to cook our steak today to a medium rare temperature. That allows it for us to have that best flavor of this cut. And it'll be 145-degree internal temperature. Now because this steak is going to cook so quickly on this grill, it's important not to leave it and wander off because it's going to be really quick, and we want to make sure we're able to catch it at that medium rare temperature. And I know today that we're featuring the flat iron cut, but you can use almost any cut of steak on the George Foreman. It's really quick, it's convenient because it cooks both sides of the meat. It makes it very easy for an easy weeknight meal, for anything you want to do. So let's check on it real quick and see how we are. Yeah, it just needs just a little bit longer, but we got great grill marks. The seasoning looks incredible on this steak. A great thing about beef and the beef cuts that we have available to us is the versatility of what you can do with them. Just with a steak, you're able to cook it on a grill outside. You can bring it home and use it on your stove, or you can use a George Foreman. You can mix up your seasonings. You could do a marinade. The opportunities are endless, even with steak. If you're not 100% confident with cooking steaks at home, don't worry. Don't be afraid to cut into this steak and check it to make sure you've got it at the right temperature. Even break out a thermometer, because today we're looking for about 145 degrees. So now that it's been a few minutes, we're going to go ahead and open up our George Foreman and pull our steaks out and cut into them and see how we look. Yeah. This steak is looking beautiful. All right. Alright, so we've got some beautiful pink color in there. This looks to be just perfect. So we're going to go ahead and stick the second one on there, and we'll be ready to plate up in just a few minutes. Alright, so we have our last steak on the grill, and we're about to pull it off, and this entire meal will be done in just a moment. We're going to pull our asparagus off. Beautiful color there. So in just a few minutes, we were able to take a steak with no seasoning, nothing on it, and we're able to add some asparagus, add a little bit of seasoning, throw this on the George Foreman, and have a very easy weeknight meal for you.